Hey y'all, Mike here again, backing you up with another video. Make sure to smash that like button and share this video so YouTube can push us into the algorithm and it can be delivered to you. So today we'll be talking about the dark side of nostalgic, and we all had it, from kids, teens, adults. We had nostalgic. We had nostalgia for old TV shows or cartoons, old video games, old consoles, music, brand, trends back then, and so on. And yeah, we all have it. We all have something that we had loved back then. Like, for example, I like Grand Theft Auto 4. It's one of my favorite GTA games. That might be wrong because people prefer Vice City San Andreas or GTA 5, but I prefer Vice City. But there's something bad about having nostalgia. Okay, for example, Star Wars. Okay, so when the prequel trilogies came out, everyone bashed on it so much because they don't like the prequel trilogies. They grew up with the original ones with, New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And the old people who grew up with the original trilogies, like the Gen X and Gen X, and they grew up with the original ones. They did not like the prequel trilogies, and when time came on, they appreciated the old trilogies. And same thing for nowadays with the sequel trilogies. With the Force Awakens, the Last Jedi, and the Rise of Skywalker. People bash on those a lot. And, I mean, I liked it when it came out, but with the old people, like, they prefer now the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. They prefer the prequels and the originals, and but they don't like the sequel trilogies, which is kind of weird because because they don't like trying new things, because they don't give much respect for the sequel trilogy. Trying to continue to force the saga. I mean, yeah, the sequel trilogy did a lot of bad things that question things. Like things that not go well. But you know what I mean? Like, some people have never seen Force Awakens or The Last Jedi. They don't like want to watch it because they heard it's so bad. And I ask them, why do you don't like The Last Jedi, but you don't like the prequel trilogies now? So what's the difference? Are you being biased of nostalgia because they grew up with the childhoods? They grew up with on VHS or on DVD. And you know what I mean, guys? That's a great example for Star Wars. They prefer the original trilogies and the prequels, and they prefer more than the sequels. And you know what I mean? It's like people, but nowadays with nostalgia, they prefer the old stuff than new stuff. Don't like trying new things. Like, for example, the NBA. A bunch of old people or older generations, they started bashing on the new players. For example, Charles Oakley, he was a power forward for the Knicks in the 90s, and he was recently interviewed like last year or a month ago or whatever happened. He said that Giannis Antetokounmpo, y'all heard of him, he's like one of the great stars to this league today. Oakley said that he will not last in the 80s and 90s, so he'll be like, you think he'll come off the bench? And when I saw his video, I'm like, what the hell? I mean, okay, Charles Oakley he was an okay player, for his time. He was not a good scorer, he was not a good passer, but he was a good defensive player. He got defensive all teams. He got an all-star selection with the Knicks in '94. But that's like some of the most dumbest thing I ever heard. Because yeah, I don't know how high Oakley is. I think he's like 6'5", and Giannis like, I don't know, like taller than him. I don't know Giannis's height, but I know Giannis can smoke Oakley. And you know what I mean? These old players say that the older generations will not survive in the 80s and 90s. I mean, we cannot confirm that. We cannot know if Steph Curry will be great in the 80s and 90s with his three-pointer shot, or prime Michael Jordan will not last nowadays in the NBA, or LeBron will be coming off the bench in the 80s and 90s. So we do not know, but y'all know a theme that they're completely biased. They prefer the old players, like the old finals, the old uniforms. I mean, don't get me wrong, those players, uniforms, stadiums, and all that stuff were amazing at the time. But we gotta keep moving forward. We gotta appreciate the new generation. We can't just bash on them. I know some NBA players, like new players, are so damn annoying, like Devin Booker. which people compare him to be the next Kobe Bryant. There's a clip of Booker back in 2018, him at an open gym, where he got all butthurt or pissed off because he's getting double teamed and anything like that. I'm like, bro, Kobe would not complain and if he was double teamed. He would do the exact opposite. He would score on them or embarrass them in front of their parents in their live game. And you see the theme now, like people like the old but will not try the new things. And the last example of this video is cartoons. So we all love cartoons. We all grew up with the original Teen Titans. Danny Phantom, iCarly, Drake and Josh, SpongeBob. That's So Raven, Phineas and Ferb, Eddie and Eddie, Adventure Time, Regular Show, and so on. And of course, now when those shows ended, they reboot some of them, and some of them I mentioned in my cartoons don't hit different video no more. And of course, I mentioned Toy Drama Island, called Toy Drama Rama Rama, and Teen Titans, of course, became Teen Titans Go. Well, when those cartoons came out, a lot of people they bashed on it so damn hard, cause they thought they ruined the old version of Teen Titans. Because in the original Teen Titans, it was way more serious. So it was dark. It had some comedic, but it had comedic stuff with the combine of dark lessons and serious subjects and all that stuff. Of course, with the new version of Teen Titans Go, they decided to go all Batman and Robin, basically a freaking comedy, and a lot of people got pissed off. And I mean, I didn't grow up with, I never seen the original Teen Titans. I only saw some episodes when I was like 11, like very like 1.5 years old, like in my ditch like 4 or something like that. Like I don't freaking remember, but I grew up with Teen Titans Go, and I liked it. I mean, of course, I was biased of it because it was nostalgic. But when I saw the original Teen Titans, I'm like, well, so that's how it was. It was serious and then comedic, and of course, with newer cartoons like Owl House, Loud House, all that stuff, people bash on it a lot. Because, of course, we prefer the old stuff. Things don't hit different no more. But at the end of the day, that's our opinion. We prefer the old Teen Titans or the new one. Prefer the old Star Wars or new Star Wars. Do you prefer the original Call of Duties than the newer ones, or old GTA or new GTA, and etc. But remember, that's our opinion. And we all have different opinions in life. We prefer old stuff or new stuff. But at the end of the day, this is the most subject of today's is don't bash on new things or old things. Because we had either old stuff or new stuff, part of our childhood. It'll be deep in our hearts, and we'll never forget it. We'll always share the most. And of course, thank y'all for watching this video. Please leave a like and share this video so this video can be spread into the algorithm. It can be delivered to you. And I'm signing out. Have a great day and bye.